Olá, Vítor, bom dia mais uma vez. Agradecer aqui o convite ao Vítor e este contributo que o Nest vai dar neste festival, e é uma honra poder estar a partilhar aqui palco com os speakers pessoas tão fantásticas e tão boas ideias. Neste painel, como nós temos mais startups internacionais, vamos fazer toda a apresentação em inglês. Creio que será mais fácil também para sermos entendidos. E pronto. Então, a partir de agora, vou falar então em inglês. We would like to thank all, not only Victor, but also our guests that we invited for this online festival, Intelligent Festival. And before I pass the words to our guests, which today will be more about customer experiences, but also on mobility, green mobility, smart mobility in cities especially. Before, I will just make a short presentation about Nest, the Innovation Center, Tourism Innovation Center. Yes, thank you. Victor, can you, next? Okay, thank you. So Nest is, as I was saying, Tourism Innovation Center. It was founded on February 19, quite young association. It's a non-profit association composed with private and public entities. From public entities, we have Turismo de Portugal, with all its knowledge, with all its profound knowledge on tourism. And then we have, as tourism, as we say, it is an aggregator of lots of areas, of industries. We have from communications, we have NOS. From mobility, we have aviation and highways with Aeroportos Vinci and Via Verde. We have on technology with us, Google and Microsoft. We have also finance with the Millennium BCP and BPI. All these entities come together with a purpose and a mission of promoting innovation and technology adoption along the tourism value chain, which means that we aim to help SMEs to transit to digital economy. Next, please. So what's the strategy behind this? So we want to promote as much as we can an innovation culture by joining together, by looking at the industry necessities and gaps, along with be prepared to look forward and to bring innovations, of course, and be prepared to look at all the international tendencies. And so we want to work closely with the industry, with our partners, our corporates, and also university, technological centers, startups, incubators, accelerators, meaning that we all can work together, building bridges between one another and foster innovation as much as we can. Another mission of us is to make capacitation of the SMEs, and also to support and to create conditions and spaces for trials and piloting new ideas, new products, new services that then will be, if they're really good ideas and they can be born, and they can then be spread to all the value chain and all the tourism chain. Then, of course, to promote international cooperation and to establish good partnerships in order to keep well, innovative and with the best practices. Next, please. So this slide is only to talk about the networking that we have with all the ecosystem, with the private and public sector, the universities, the knowledge, the startups. Here, it's just to say that we have, the intention is really to build bridges every day and to network as much people as we can in order to be aware of all the tendencies and all the new trends happening. Next, please. So now we we bring the pillars of Nest, which are our, as I say, our amendments. These pillars are the ones that are, well, they mobilize our growth and competitiveness. So we have the seamless experience, sustainable solutions, and big data. On the sustainable solutions, we aim and look for seamless and touchless experience as much as we can. If it was very useful pre-pandemic, now these days, as we can all see, all the efforts that is being done is really on looking for solutions that will enable the tourists to eliminate as much touch points as they can, since in all the customer journey, since people start planning their trip at homes and then coming to the destination and then leaving as well, but try to eliminate as much burdens, as much touch points as possible. So in here, we are always looking for seamless experience. Then sustainable solutions, of course. How could it be not? So with all the climate change happening, this is one of the most important aspects we're looking for. We are looking for entrepreneurship to happen and to growth based on sustainable opportunities. We must not look at it as a compliance thought, but as a systemic opportunity, and and opportunities for future business, because the profile of our tourists has changed. Maybe people will, maybe no, I strongly believe that there are many people who are willing to pay more if people present sustainable solutions, and if they can make better choices and more rational choices that contribute to this climate change problem. And then on the other hand, the big data, of course. The big data here is, well, we know it's not as, sometimes it's not as easy for SMEs to gather all this big data and to work on it. But our aim really, it's just to work it as much as we can in order to provide solutions that will be able to personalize solutions to the customer, and in the end, to provide the greatest experience possible. Next, please. And the other one, just the last slide that I have for you. Last one, please. Yes. So just this last slide to tell you, this is how we work. We have a plan of action that we divide into 4 main sections. In the first one, we have the Hotel of the Future. This is a platform that we've created. It's a partnership actually with Escola de Hotelaria e Turismo de Setúbal. It's a school hotel that has students, but also it's an hotel open to the public, and it's also a place where we trial pilots, trials and piloting new products and services with startups or other brands and corporates that identify solutions that can be useful in the future and innovations, and then we can be here and apply them in real contexts involving students. So it's actually we have already 5 pilots at the moment, and it's quite interesting. Then we have the second panel. It's about inputs and outputs on insights, on innovation culture. So in here, we try to look for the industry necessities, the most emergent necessities, and we try to align our offers and knowledge to match those necessities. And here, it's a really strong job that we make along with those partners that we identified before, with the accelerators and startups and universities. And there we run think tanks, deep dives in certain themes that we think they'll benefit all the industry, and then we disseminate them along the value of chain. Then there is a very proximate work with startups. they are the ones who have lots of ideas, and they are the ones who are promoting entrepreneurship. So in here, we try to promote this innovation culture in corporates and try to build bridges among them in order to bring new solutions that will be useful for the ecosystem. And lastly, well, the international collaboration that we do with the partners, bringing new concepts here or taking our products abroad. And the idea here is to always be attempt to bring good trends and to promote, since we have such a good background in tourism. So this is it. We want to keep working and keep bringing innovation and, well, be the best on it. So thank you for these moments. I think now I am ready to pass the words to my first startup, which is Portuguese, the first one. It's Live Electric Tours, and it will be Luis. Oh, yeah. Now we can listen to you, Luis.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello to everyone.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for this opportunity.
And
John is here too, but I'll be doing the presentation. If it's okay, I'm going to share the screen, I think. Let me double check if it's this one. Yeah. There we go. All right. So start. Can you all see? Correct?
Yes. You're good.
Sorry, we're still a little bit green on this. So adjusting to the COVID pandemic. So I was saying, my name is Luis Lucas, and thank you for the presentation, Marta. And I'm one of the co-founders of Live Electric Tours. We started this project because we all love to travel, but we have encountered some problems while traveling. And the main one, as you mentioned in your presentation too, sustainability, pollution. All the tourism are responsible for more than 8% of all the emissions of CO2. So that's a huge problem. Of course, we can't solve it just ourselves, but we can do our little part. And then another thing that we have encountered while traveling is that everybody wants a unique experience. And another thing that seems not very important, but we consider it very important while we're traveling. Everybody needs Wi-Fi, and everybody needs to be able to charge their phones. Otherwise, the trip is not going to be a very good experience. And that's why we come up with the solution of Live Electric Tours. We are the first self-drive experience of on 100% electric vehicles. All of our cars are equipped with free Wi-Fi, GPS audio guides with predefined routes, but at the same time that gives you freedom to explore at your own rhythm. And a novelty worldwide is a live camera that allows you to share your experience to all your friends and family around the world using social media. So with us, we are now in Lisbon, Porto, and Évora, and with our solution, you get this freedom to explore in a sustainable way, but also to provide you with unique road trips and be able to have the technology that helps you to share your experience to everybody that couldn't make the journey with you. In a simple way, our business model, we sell experiences starting at 20 euros for 1 hour and going up to 300 euros for 7 hours. But we also give companies the possibility of having sustainable mobility in their events, and that is starts at 35 euros and can be customized. We believe that we are better than any competition out there because we combine this flexibility to explore the cities with the comfort of the technology. But don't take my word for it. I invite you all to explore the testimonials of our customers in our website, Instagram and Facebook. And of course, you can also check TripAdvisor. Before COVID, everything was going very well. We were selling more than 2,000 tours per year, having a growth of more than 300% just last year, and saving more than 2 tons of CO2 per year. We believe that the pandemic put us a little bit on pause now, but we believe, and especially with this good news of a lot of vaccines coming forward. So we believe that next year probably we'll have tourism back again on its feet, and we're gonna have and enjoy a lot. Because of our concept, we've been mentioning a lot of national and international press, but we also have gained a lot of awards. The most recent one that we are very proud, it was the best sustainable tourism startup in the world from the United Nations World Tourism Organization. It's been a very, very long journey. We started in 2017 with just 5 cars, got investment from Portugal Ventures, and we were able to increase our fleet and expand to 3 more cities. Hopefully, once the pandemic is over, we are going to expand to even more cities throughout Europe and around the world. This is only possible thanks to an amazing team that some of them are watching for sure. So I would like to thank you all for these amazing years and this rough one, the last one. And thank you, Marta, and everyone for getting to know us. I invite you all to come to our website, liveelectrictours.com, and explore what we do more. Thank you.
Thank you, Luis and Jalmo. Thank you for your experience and your sharing. We're looking forward to experiment one of these days. So now we have quite a different proposal for you, quite a different solution. It will be a platform that is called X-Plora. It's our guest is Mafalda Rica, the CEO of X-Plora.
Hi.
Hello, Mafalda.
Hi, good
how are
morning,
you?
Marta. Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
You're already in, okay. Can you share your screen?
Okay, I'm going to share my... Okay, perfect. So first of all, thank you for this opportunity to presenting X-Plora. I'm the CEO of X-Plora, and X-Plora is a multimedia immersive guide for sports and venues, museums and heritage, retail and malls, tourism and city tours and the industry. So we were incubated on a technological company that it's called Gemma Digital, that has a proven track record on developing interactive and immersive experience for museums and events with more than 2,000 projects worldwide. X-Plora is a groundbreaking guide that provides customized content based on users' location, profile, and interests. We offer interactive and immersive experiences through rich content, powerful storytelling, and engaging gamification, which is a really important part of this product too. So we deliver top-class experience for the visitors with this adding value of being all the time collecting and gathering data to deliver more analytics to the promoters of the venues to improve their decisions. So X-Plora is a system with a contextualization system with a customized visits feature too, with AR and mixed reality feature, with the 360 degrees videos and virtual reality, with 3D immersive audio, with gamification, which, as I said, is really important for us to get engagement with the visitors and also the revenue for the venues and cities and our clients. And all of X-Plora is that we are delivering analytics to our clients too. So what happened with us with COVID-19? we were seeing that around the world, governments were giving guidelines to museums and to everybody to just end up with the traditional audio guides and use their people-own devices, people-own smartphones. We also were seeing a truly transition from the physical to the virtual world, with, for example, many cases of websites exploring their visitors, such as Paris Louvre Museum, that explored their visits from 40,000 to 400,000 visits per day. We were also seeing that museums were opening their doors virtually. More than 2,000 museums with these situations open doors for virtual reality, even the most traditional ones. We also were seeing that the gamification was being introduced and launched with this situation, with museums for such as the Birmingham museums having games that have reached, for example, 75,000 players. And so what happened with us? We were having a multimedia guide for physical tours, and why not to have this same guide for virtual tours? So we just started to bet on virtual tours with exactly the same features that we were having on the physical world to this virtual world. So why not to have the same experiences, such as 360-degree tour, voiceover and remote guide, gamification, e-commerce, AR and interactive points, and analytics. Same features to this virtual world with a better outcome. That is, with the same platform, our clients could start to have the physical tour and the virtual tour. We also developed a social distance tool for visitors to avoid touch interactive screens, and also a second screen solution for people to have the contents that were in the interactive screens to have the content on their own devices too. And so after all this, what really happened with us is that we really had like a huge opportunity to have much more markets and to have much more kind of venues and experiences with these virtual tours adding on to our platform. Same for each much more clients and much more markets around the world. What we do believe is that after all this COVID-19 situation, the rise of virtual tourism is going to be a trend, and it's going to endure, and it's going to be like a complement for the visits. So the thing is that people will not end up with the physical visits to the venues, to cities and all, but they will have these tools and these complements to the visits to prepare the visits. And also this virtual tourism is going to be an important part for the sales and marketing process. And this is what we have for today. Thank you for your time. You can find more about our products in our website, Marta, for this time too.
Well, thank you, Mafalda, for such a great presentation. Very agree with you. I think there is room for the physical experiences, but also there will be room for these virtual tours to grow and to continue. So I think your amazing seamless solution is ready to growth and to continue growing. So now we have our next guest comes from Estonia. Now the focus changes a little bit on the solutions that we'll be presenting, and it moves to mobility, smart mobility, smart and green mobility, and also yes, and also smart mobility. Our next guest is Kagri. He is, I don't know if I'm
Marta,
pronouncing well.
I'm sorry. Can you
Hello?
hear me?
Yes.
I believe we don't have Kagari yet in the platform, so probably you should go to the next startup.
Okay. Okay. So, well, from Estonia, we go to France, to Vianova, and it's also a data platform for mobility, for smart mobility. And from France, we'll have Thibault Castagne. Thibault, are you on?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello. So actually,
Hello,
it's not Thibault Castagne, it's Thibault Fèvre. We are two Thibauts in the company.
Yes, yes. Yeah, for me, it has been quite confusing, but sorry. Thank you
Hello,
for
Marta.
accepting our invitation. And I pass now, and I pass now these words to you. Thank you.
Perfect. So hello, everyone. My name is Thibault Fèvre. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Vianova. Vianova is a mobility data platform that helps cities better understand, better control, and better regulate mobility services in the urban space. So as most of you know, there has been an explosion of new mobility services in the past 10 years, which brought some benefits to consumers and citizens, but also brought a lot of challenges for cities, especially in terms of chaos on city streets. So there has been a huge growth of these services, both for the transport of people, but also for the transport of goods due to the boom of e-commerce, notably. So these new mobility services are currently challenging public order, and also are bringing some safety risk between modes. So of course it helps reduce congestion and pollution, but cities need to better harness these modes in order to make the most of it. Fortunately, most of these services have been brought to our streets by technology companies, and all these vehicles are generating a lot of data. Can you see me or can you hear me? I keep receiving pings. Hello?
Yes, all good, all good.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So why this data is important? First, it can help cities enhance a more efficient share of the public space. Secondly, it can increase the safety of mobility and reduce accidentology. Then data can help have a more equitable distribution of these services across neighborhoods. Then data can help cities monitor operators and monitor how compliant they are with the different city regulations. And finally, data can help build that more sustainable and resilient transport system that we are looking for, and that we are calling today MaaS. So Vianova, what we do exactly, we act as a trusted third party between cities and mobility operators. And we facilitate the data sharing and the supervision of all these mobility services. So we started with micro-mobility services, but we more recently started adding data from ride-hailing companies, from urban last-mile logistics companies, etc. So the product and service itself is a web dashboard and an API suite that helps the city to monitor and regulate all mobility services in one place. So, for instance, the city will be able to use these insights to make better informed decisions in terms of urban planning. The city will also be able to use this platform to communicate more efficiently digital regulations to operators. And finally, the city will be able to regulate the access to city streets through subsidies or fees. For instance, the city would be able to push subsidies to operators based on the CO2 emissions that they will save, or on the other hand, the city will be able to push some fees to operators based on their occupation of public space. So today we have a big presence and a big traction in Europe. We are working with 8 major European cities, and we have integrated to date 25 mobility operators. And we have been leading a thoughtful work on urban policy and mobility data governance. So, for instance, we regularly speak to events organized by the police association in Brussels, or UITP. So as I said, we integrated 25 operators so far, and we keep integrating more and more. Today, we supervise 60,000 vehicles every week, which covers about 2 million rides every month. What differentiates us from some other companies in that field is that we have set up and we have helped cities set up data agreements with mobility operators, meaning that today in Europe, most cities and most operators are using the data agreement frameworks that we have put in place. Since we are now in an event in Portugal, I would like to talk about a specific use case. For instance, since we have been partnering with the city of Faro. So we have provided our platform to the city of Faro in order to help them better understand how these micromobility services are being used in the city. So as you know, Faro is a touristic city. So there is a huge seasonality in terms of mobility behaviors across the year. So thanks to our platform, the city has been able to analyze this usage of shared micromobility services across the day, across the week, and of course across the year, and was able to derive some insights about whether these vehicles were used for leisure or for commuting, if the night usage was safe, and of course to better understand the seasonality and the influence of weather on this usage. So thanks to our platform, most recently the city has been able to design a strategy for an e-bike tender, which they will launch in January. So thanks a lot for having me, and I remain at your disposal if you have any question.
So thank you, Thibaut, for sharing your platform. Very useful in big data and sustainability, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we're very glad that you're sharing already this case here in Faro. I was not actually know it. Thank you very much. So now we are trying to connect our next guest, which is Maria from Spain. Hello.
Hi, Marta. How are you?
We can see you now, finally.
Great. I'm so sorry for the problem with the connection in this new digital life, but that's how it works. I'll share my screen. Please let me know if.
So I didn't explain, but Maria brings us Meep, and it's a growth manager of a platform, which is Meep, and she will explain a bit more in a minute. So back to you, Maria.
Thank you so much. Can you see my screen now?
Not yet. Oh yeah. Now, all good.
Great. Great. So as Marta said, this is Maria, growth manager at Meep. And first of all, let's start why we have created this solution. We have created the solution because nowadays city transport itself sometimes can be a problem. It is not sustainable, it is not connected, and it is not efficient either. It is not efficient because we're not using all the resources that are available, that are there, not even the citizens, and it's even more complicated for the visitors of the city. And it is not connected because there are several verticals, different silos, different by transport, different modes of transport that are not connected to each other. And we aim to be that solution that actually connect each other. So what is Meep? Meep is a mobility as service platform that is ready to go and is quick to customize. It is ready to go because as soon as we have the data of the transport operators, we're able to integrate them in our platform, and it's quick to customize because we also adapt our solution to the specific needs of each place. So with our solution, we offer the possibility to users to plan, to reserve, and to pay for the transport in just one application. And we also offer them the possibility to establish different preferences according if they want the most economic solution, the cheapest solution, or the fastest one. And in this way, the different routes that are going to appear in the application for them, they're going to be adapted to the preference. So let's say if a user wants to go from point A to point B in the same city, we offer the full experience and we offer the full solution in just one application. They will be able to plan the route with maybe sometimes different type of transport and to do the whole payment process. What have we done with all this data that we recover with our application? We have created Meep, that is a data tool with artificial intelligence that is able to make prediction and to identify patterns. That is also very useful for transport operations and for cities itself. So where are we so far? We are in 11 cities and 4 countries. And what it makes us actually different, we are willing to integrate every single small transport operator as soon as they bring value to the final user. And we are our go-to-market strategy starts also making partnerships with big public transport operators that as we do believe that public transport should be the backbone of mobility in a city. That is why we have partnered already with ALSA in northern Spain, with Malta Public Transport, with Cyprus Public Transport. And in the case of Seville, that is the case that I'm going to explain now. We have partnered with Global Via, the Metro of Sevilla, and also with Sevilla City Council. So it's we've made this project together. So in this specific case, we have integrated, we aim to integrate all modes of transport of the city, but we are gonna do that progressively. All these modes of transport that we aim to integrate, first of all, are gonna be the public transport, this is the metro, the bus, bike sharing, and also the private transport, that is the motor sharing, taxi parking, and also charging points. And we aim to simplify this mobility, and we aim to simplify the transport, not just for the citizen, but also for the visitors that hopefully will come soon to Seville. So this is the project roadmap. As I say, we have divided in different phases. The first one, we have integrated several transport operators, but the one that we have deeply integrated, and when I say deeply integrated, is that you can make the payment with the application, is Moving, that is a motor sharing transport service, and also taxi. And in the upcoming year, in the 2021, we aim to include the rest of the public transport, with the rest of the transport operators, public and private, and we will prioritize to integrate the payment of the public transport operators. And at the end, we hope that by 2021, we have already transformed the transport system in a transport ecosystem with a living mobility as a service mass platform that helps users, visitors, and also citizens already available resources, making the transport more sustainable. We are able to make all of this thanks to this great team that is not just experienced in the technical part that obviously this type of company needs, but also is experiencing all the stakeholders that are surrounded in Meep, that are the public transport services and also the new mobility services such as on-demand transport or even micromobility. Thank you very much. And if you know any city or any transport operators that wants to join this transport revolution, do not hesitate to contact me.
Thank you, Maria, for your brilliant presentation. This will be also, thank you. Integration will be also a future trend that we believe. So many apps, so many solutions. So for the tourists, for the residents, I think we all need solutions that can facilitate our lives and to give us more time for what we need. So finally, I am calling our last but not least, our guests coming from the UK, and I'm calling Grant and Ben with a solution which is Tranquil City, right? Hello, guys. Hello. Very happy to have you here, and well, passing the words to you. Okay.
Thanks very much. I'll share my screen now.
Thank you. Okay.
Can you see that?
Yes, all good.
Great. So hello everyone, my name is Grant and this is Ben, and we're from Tranquil City. We're an environmental data API for healthier city living. So our cities don't have to be bad for our health, it's actually the way that we live in them that matters. So if this year has taught us anything, it's that the way that we live in cities it fundamentally affects the environmental quality we all experience. The pandemic has shown us clearly that our cities can be quieter, less polluted and calmer. It's heightened our awareness of the importance of green, natural and healthy places for our well-being. So human well-being and our environment's well-being are two sides of the same coin. People are demanding that we come out of this crisis better than we were in before. The challenge is, how do we build back better? How do we balance the need for tourism's revenue and balance environmental, public health and local people's well-being too? Lisbon was named the European Green Capital of 2020, and this isn't something that ends this year, it's a legacy for the future. The next step is how we encourage healthy and sustainable approaches for people to begin visiting your cities again as the world opens back up. So now is the time to define what that future looks like. Will it look like Amsterdam? Cycling and walking is the preferred means of transport and is a deep part of their culture. Will it look like Copenhagen, The city's tourism organization, Wonderful Copenhagen, was certified as the world's first green tourism organization and sets out a clear strategy working towards the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We believe that Portuguese cities can offer green tourism strategy that improves the lives of both visitors and locals, as well as the environment. People have been shifting their travel behavior in recent years, focusing on green tourism, and now is the time to really capitalize on that shift change after the pandemic, where walking and cycling is easy and appealing. Visitors explore the city beyond the tourist hotspots to relieve congestion. Visitors discover beautiful places that improve their well-being, and visitors can connect with the natural world. But ultimately, visitors have a positive impact on the city and its people actively welcome them. So technology plays an important role in how we travel, whether that's through planning, experiencing, or sharing our experiences with others. People in cities are concerned about the health risks and are demanding healthier alternatives and sustainable options. App developers don't have easy access to that data to enable this. The data is hard to find, it's fragmented, and it's complex to interpret. And as a result, technologies that we use every day don't incorporate it correctly, making it difficult for people to make informed decisions that are healthy and green.
So this is introducing our Tranquil City data API. It provides access to our robust, hyperlocal and easy to implement data on environmental and urban quality. It enables apps to promote healthy and locally focused activities and behaviors. We create specialized indices that combine many environmental urban factors so that complex urban challenges are easier to solve. Ultimately, we provide information to apps so that their users can lead healthy, sustainable lives. The location-based services market that we work with is over 30 billion euros in total. Our current focus is on places, mobility, and fitness apps. Our tools make it easy for apps to create features that help people explore the city, encouraging journeys via quieter, healthier streets. Finding places away from the typical hotspots where local shops and restaurants can be found. All of these factors help create a better experience and a future for both visitors and locals, a win-win. Our team is our main asset. We're like no other in the tech industry. We're all experts in the fields of air quality, acoustics, environmental psychology, sustainable urban design, and public engagement. We always make sure to include a slide on our community activities. Our strategy is based around building a locally based community to benefit every city that we operate in. We need local knowledge as well as top-down analysis. And this is the last example of our latest integration. We integrated our API into the Go Jauntly walking app. It uses our Tranquil City index to calculate green, healthy, and quiet routes and encourages visits to nearby parks and green spaces.
So what we're looking to develop following this pitch, our ask is there any city or authorities who want to work with us to help curate their data in a way that can be integrated into many technologies to encourage a green and healthy way of viewing their city? We'd love to work with you. And also, if you're an app or website developer who would like to integrate our data, we have our new API that is out and is ready to test that would love to share with you our new indices. So thanks very much for your time today, and get in touch with me on the email list there if you'd like to find out more.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Grant. Thank you for sharing your experiences. I think we had a wonderful panel, just as yesterday, also today. No time for Q&As, but still you can look up for these solutions and contact directly the owners. I just only have one more thing to add to all that it was said here today. As Inga finished her speaking session, she said something about resilience, adaptability, and patience that we must work during these pandemic times and for times to come. And I would add only one more word, and that is persistence, because we need it as well. And I think it's a trait that all these innovators have in common, and that they don't give up, and they keep trying, pushing innovation forward, keep keeping pushing ideas forward so that all good things come, and hopefully to bring us a better year next year. Thank you, Victor, and see you next time.